Good morning, my dears. The door's open. I really am loving the seagulls this morning, just singing their songs and making noise. They must have found something. Today I wanted to talk about a past life tale of Sarah's, and I don't know much about this timeline, so I'm keen to see what comes through. But it's Sarah playing spoons. Oh my gosh, that might be a little too loud. As an inner earth being. And there's not much that I know about inner earth. The view that I have, to me, in my view, it looks a little bit like Hobbiton. And it's as if there's like this like crescent dome that shows like a version of a sky, but it's not fully real, or it is, but it isn't to what our human minds can kind of fathom. So for those of you who have never been here before, hello, my name is Sarah. I am a healer, a light worker, a spiritual counselor in this human life, but I am, a starseed, a consciousness from a much different time and space that came down to play human, to go through my own stages and to free myself, to free my soul. Definitely, we all came here to do different things, but I am so grateful to have access to all of these past life views. I guess it's not common for us as human beings to have all of these views. An incredible channeler, Ann Tucker, speaks so beautifully. I'll put the link to her page in here. She speaks really beautifully about how we have access to all these past lives, but we're not going to always have that access. So that, like a year ago, it kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh, I can't see the can line of Sarah's all the time. But the more I process, the more I heal certain aspects of human Sarah's life, the less I need to see all these flies' views. Like, think of a fly's eye, and it's just like a disco ball of different views, or a can line of all the Sarahs across time and space. So the more I heal certain aspects of myself in this life, the less I can see these views on a regular basis. So I record them and share them here with you on YouTube, and it's nice to kind of go back. I put together a playlist with all of them, so you can go look at that. But yeah, I found it to be fascinating how many past lives have come through. So this one, it looked a little bit like Hobbiton, and picture like the way that, a Hobbit mound kind of just is tucked into the hillside a little bit. It's the same way that the sky is it's very much like the sky is this view, but it's almost like it's like a dome. It's like a dome. So it's a fascinating little view. And I don't know much about this version of myself other than I was a man in this life, very Hobbit-like, very just like gregarious. And we didn't worry about money or work or anything. I just liked to make music and play spoons. And just kind of sit on the hill, and it's funny because in this life I always have my stones on, and you can always hear me coming because I'm either, I don't know, it could be, sometimes it feels like a version of stemming, sometimes it's the beat for when I'm singing, clang 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 went the trolley, and it reminds me of like air guitaring too. But it's just the little things, like whistle while you work. And it brings me back to center, brings me back to what it is that I'm doing. And no matter where I am, I can't help the light work. I can't help the channeling. I can't help what comes through. And so this version of a person, of me, just lived a very, very simple life. I don't think he ever got married. I don't think he ever... as I said that, he just like cocked his head back and just laughed. Like, that wasn't... No, maybe he was a widower. Lost someone very young. And it's a pain that he experienced that felt on purpose, he's saying. He said, I was meant to be alone as an adult, just to play music during this time. Just to play music and just to share the vibrations of joy and the vibrations of love and the vibrations of laughter and fun. Like, what is fun? What is fun to you? So I find that to be so simple. And anytime I see him, he's just, going around to all the people in the village and just making sure that they have what they need. And not as if he can provide all of those things, but he's like, he would connect people. And he would say, oh, you need this? All right, let me go. I'm going up the road, going to have a coffee with this person. They have what they need. I'll let them know that you're looking, and then you guys can connect and take care of each other. It's like the human version of a switchboard operator. And just like the help. And he's like showing me like sprinkling fairy dust and some magic and just... Yeah, he's just like walking up and down the street very like doo-doop, 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 and everyone's just looking at him like, oh, you're just so happy. And he was just so happy and just spread joy amongst inner earth. He's so communicative and so sweet. Do you have a message for my group, my community today? Sing songs that make you smile, and smile no matter. It's just like this bubble of joy. I'm sorry. Just connecting to him is so special and so lovely. And he's saying, you do that, Sarah. You bring joy. Simple joys. What are simple joys? He's asking that you just... Wait. No, he doesn't want to give homework to anyone. He doesn't want to offer anything other than just smile. And music is everywhere. And just make some noise and be different. Be different. In inner earth, there are so many. There are elementals, there are angelics, there are galactics, there are humans. There's, it's a real melting pot of all different types of beings, and there's no judgment. It's kind of like when you meet a different being. It's like, oh my God, tell me about your species. Tell me about yourself. It's as if like, if frogs could talk, what would you say to a frog? Like that. Garden. Yeah, very simple things. Like, what would you do if the lights went out on the planet? It was just candles and rocks and stones and spoons. How would you make music if you didn't have your telephones? How would you connect if you didn't have cars? Is where you're standing where you wish to be? Because where you stand on the earth matters. It does. And we're all called to do work in certain on certain, ley lines and on certain areas of the planet, but it's just saying, like, joy. Just being aware is such a joy. It's so, like, the joy that's just beaming out of my being right now, connecting to this version. And he's been coming every morning. And honestly, to be honest, I'm going to be honest with all of you. I haven't recorded this because I was like, there's no trauma, there's no processing, there's no whatever. Like, what, oh, I'm getting so emotional. It's like sometimes you can't figure it out and you just have to smile. Sometimes it's not meant to be figured out. Sometimes you just play music. It was 11:11 when I said that. I love you. Thank you for being here for this little inner earth past life of playing spoons. How do you make music in your life? Let me know. Comment below. I love you.